Hello, I'm Superintendent Carol Woodbury with a DY Dolphin update. First and foremost, I hope you and your families are staying healthy and safe. When we left school on March 13th, we had no idea we wouldn't see our students again until May 4th. Just 2 days into our 1-week closure, the governor closed all schools for 3 weeks on Sunday, March 15th. At that time, the Commissioner of Education advised us to use the first 5 days out as snow days, since we had not used any this year at that time. Typically, teachers don't work during snow days because they make up the days at the end of the year. The same was true for these days. During the snow week, educators voluntarily worked to cull through a wide variety of resources to use with students if we had to stay out longer, and we did find out in the middle of the second week out that we would be staying out longer. This allowed us to get the practice and enrichment plans on our website immediately when 1 week turned into 3 weeks and then ultimately until May 4th. We put this plan out to give us the next 2 weeks to plan for the kind of educational delivery system that we've never used before. I am happy to report that everyone has stepped up. Dennis-Yarmouth has wonderful educators and administrators that care deeply about our students. Our high school faculty worked very quickly in the first week. It was helpful that they and their students were well versed in some online learning tools such as Google Classroom. It made the transition easier. Since they were ready to go, we allowed them to move forward last Monday. I saw no reason to hold them back to stick with the original deadline that was set up for next Monday. I think we can all agree high school is simply different from the earlier grades, as it gradually prepares our students for life after high school. The perfect example is the closure of the colleges, sending their students home for online learning for the spring semester. Our high school students need to be ready for such things. However, we still needed our second week to plan for our pre-K through grade 7 students. I assure you, we have been extremely busy. There are multiple virtual meetings daily and opportunities for our educators to learn new tools. We will never be able to replicate what goes on in school every day in the online environment. However, we are putting together a solid plan that will take us until May 4th. As promised, when I first told you about the 2-week plan, you can expect to see this next plan, we're calling it Phase 2, on next Monday. More information will be forthcoming. After making sure that our children would be fed via the Dolphin drive-thru, I felt that the human connection should be the next thing that we had to think about. We had virtual faculty meetings where teachers expressed their desire to connect with students and families. At the end of last week, we asked that all educators reach out to families and students. We know that our students miss school and their teachers really do miss them. It was very important to our educators that they touch base with their students. Beginning last week, educators used phone calls, emails, or other technology tools that they typically use to speak with families and students. If you did not receive a contact, you should try emailing your child's teacher. I know I have received lists of families that educators were unable to reach. If your phone number or email address has changed, please email the teacher or the principal of your child's school so we can get that corrected. These are important ways that we are trying to keep in communication with you on a regular basis. Our schools are working on other ways for their students to see their teachers, even if only in a video initially. We are moving very cautiously so we don't overwhelm students or families. We hope you've been able to take some time to actually enjoy your family and create some new routines for working at home together. Some of the fun things I've heard from families are things like using Zoom to chat with friends or to visit grandparents, playing board games, doing puzzles, or finding ways to exercise together. Some people have even done a family music video. Fantastic. It's not school, but there's learning involved in all of these things, and it's so important in these difficult times. Of course, we're always concerned about our students' learning, but in these uncertain times, it is also important to focus on how our students are feeling. I know this is stressful for you too. You didn't sign up for this. None of us did, but we can work together to help each other. In addition to traditional academics, we need to focus on our students' social emotional health during these uncertain times. This is most critical to their long-term success in life. If you have concerns about how your child is feeling, please reach out to a teacher, social worker, or guidance counselor for assistance. Our school community is here to assist you. Meanwhile, while our educators were planning for Phase 2 of the learning plan, others were working to learn more about technology in the homes of our students. Thank you all so much for filling out our survey. At first, we thought that if a family had one device, either one of their own or a school-issued iPad, that would be enough. But we quickly learned that 2 or 3 children trying to share one iPad or computer with a parent who is trying to work from home would be a recipe for disaster. So on to Plan B. Now, we can't necessarily include one-to-one for every child in our district at this time. However, most of our students in grades 6 through 12 have their school-issued iPad at home. However, there are some that do not, or some that may not be working. We are working to address those issues first. We will likely loan equipment to those students as an interim measure. Due to social distancing requirements, we will not be collecting broken equipment until school resumes. Please keep it safe. We will let you know when it is safe to return the equipment to school. In grades 3 through 5, our students have iPads at school, but they don't take them home. The problem we have with sending these iPads home is that we did not have the individual charging blocks for them. These are typically charged on storage carts. We've ordered 700 charging blocks and are awaiting their arrival. We are working on a plan now to get the students in grades 4 and 5 their iPads first. We know that sometimes our younger students don't remember their Google ID and password, so those are being mailed to your homes. You should receive this letter by late this week or early next week, depending on the mail service. This is for grades 4 and 5 only at this time. There will be a link on the letter. Please go to the link and agree to the terms related to having this school-issued device at home. Again, we remind you that if you need internet access at home, there's a great program called Internet Essentials through Comcast to help you access the internet free of charge during this stay-at-home period. You can find more information about this on our website under the COVID-19 page. We are asking that you get your child's iPad even if you have a different device at home, because there are apps on the iPad that our teachers will be asking our students to use. There's a cost to some of them that the district has paid for, and we don't want you to have any costs associated with this. For more information will be coming out about the iPad pickup process. Please be patient as we wait for those charging blocks to come in. I assure you, we ordered them immediately, but we are still waiting. Our teachers' primary modes of communication about schoolwork will be Google Classroom and emails to start. Some are working on videos that will be posted to make ongoing connections with students. We will give you a set of instructions online or in the letter that we're sending with our 4th and 5th grade for our 4th and 5th grade students to tell you about how to help them to get it to log on. I know there's still a number of unanswered questions. I will try to answer them as information becomes available. Right now, we don't always have all the answers, simply because we just don't know when this will end. For our high school students and families, I've heard that some of the concerns are about graduation, grading and transcripts, senior activities, and sports. We are committed to doing everything we can to give our students our best efforts in all areas, but the uncertainty of the timeline for our return makes it difficult to plan and to share that plan with you. We will find a way to celebrate our graduating Dolphins. We know how hard all of you have worked. You deserve to be honored. So continue to work hard, and as we say this time every year, take care of each other and finish strong. The good news is that all schools across the country are in the same situation, so we are not alone. We will continue to get information out to you as soon as we are able. Remember, dolphins are one of the smartest of all mammals, and they take care of each other. So best wishes to everyone, and go DY.